this video from the 2017 Blade Show. We're going to take a look at the winner of the the season 3 Alone Series, Zach Fowler, and talk about his really cool stick. That's coming up next, Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name is Brian. Thanks for joining me here at the 2017 Blade Show. I'm here with Zach Fowler, again, who is the winner of the season 3 Alone TV show and competition. Also has the YouTube channel Fowler's, Makery, and Mischief. And Zach, how many days did you go? First of all, thanks for taking time to talk to us. I know you're a busy guy right now. So how many days did you make it?
87 days.
87?
87, yeah.
In beautiful Patagonia, right?
Oh yeah.
So
it's right up there in the Andes Mountains. They flew us in over the glaciers and dropped us into a glacial lake. It was quiet, let me tell you.
Yeah. So I know you probably had lots of interviews and you had lots of people ask you a lot of questions about what was the toughest thing and all that, but as a Scoutmaster and somebody who's caught some walking sticks before, I really think you got a cool staff, walking stick, whatever you want to call it. Do you mind telling us just a little bit about it, kind of your inspiration for some of the stuff and what it meant to you?
I made a couple of years ago what I call the wizard staff, and it had the story of my life up till that point. So when I was out there on alone and we weren't allowed anything but a camera, I thought I would make a story stick that told my whole story the time I was there. So I started out around day 27, and I carved a bunch of symbols back up towards the top and all my day marks right here. So it was my entire time there, all 87 days in 6 symbols every day. How many fish I caught, what day of the week it was, what I achieved that day, whether I kept my fire going. I kept it going for 50 days at one point. And I was able to map that on here so I could count up the days. And then my physical state and my emotional state. And then as time went on, I was hoping to put a boar on the top, but I never got a boar, and it was always fish head suits that kept me alive. So I put the fish head on top, and I've carved my 10 items on top of here so I can remember when I get old and senile, I know what happened. And the Boy Scouts, when I do things with them, they love to quiz me on it. They're like, what'd you do on day 34? And then I got to count down and find day 34. So like, I fixed my boot. I kept my fire going. I managed to saw a lot of wood, so I felt pretty good about that physically. And emotionally, I was really happy because it snowed out. You know, that was the first day it snowed, so they loved to quiz me.
So not only did it give you something to occupy your time, but it gave you a journal and a record of what you're doing. Pretty cool. So what's the symbols and carvings on here you think, looking back at this point in time, right now have the most significance for you?
There's one here that, that it's a negative symbol. And there's only one day that I considered my minus day. And this thing is 87 days. It's hard to find exactly what day I'm looking for at the time. But there's one here that's a minus. And on that day, it was the only day I never accomplished anything. I actually couldn't accomplish negative amounts. I lost a fish, and I had a whole bunch of, it was the last, they showed it the second to last episode on the TV show. I made a mess of everything, and I wasn't trying very hard. I realized that I was kind of giving up a little bit and just waiting for it to be over. And I burnt my food insert up in the fire. The next morning I realized I needed to rededicate myself to it, or I wasn't going to make it. There's no way I was going to win. And that was right around day 73. And the next day I put my whole self into it, and I pushed on all the way to the end. I ended up winning the $500,000.
Wow, that's good. And I know that based on everybody I've talked to that's been on the show, just the way you've seen the day-to-day grind and survival stuff and getting food and all that is really tough, but it seems like the mental aspect of just being alone and dealing with your own psychology is probably the toughest thing. How much credit would you give just the process of journaling on this stick and doing that? How much do you think that helped you and really?
Oh, it helped a lot, because like to be able to look back and to be able to remember, the bird I got with my slingshot. It was one of my items I picked that a lot of people made fun of after the show was over, and they didn't realize what it had done for me. And it's like to be able to see your achievements mapped out every day. And to know that you had gone so far and you had achieved so much with the time that you had there. It was always a boon to me as time went on. So.
And it looks like it's carved all the way almost down to the end.
Yeah.
So I like that optimism. You left yourself some room for some more days, right?
Yeah, I was almost running out of time here. Fortunately, they came with my wife and they said, you won and you get to go home.
So what did that feel like?
Oh, that was the best feeling in the world. Seeing my wife, I didn't even care that I won $500,000. She goes, you out stubborned them all. You won, it's over, you know, you can go home. And I was like, oh, I don't even care. I'm just glad you're here.
Very cool. Yeah. Thanks for taking so much time to talk to me.
Oh, yeah.
Again,
and make sure, Fowler's Makery Mischief, doing a reenactment of all I did out there on a loan, but as if I did it in Maine. Coming up soon, we'll be vlogging about what it's like to have $500,000 when you're a redneck.
So there are rednecks in Maine?
We don't like to be called rednecks, but it's okay if we say it.
Yeah, okay, I got you, okay. And I like the hat with the matches in it too. So. Anyway, so again, thanks for taking time. I know you're a busy guy, especially after going through all that.
Yeah.
So anyways, again, Zach Fowler, Zach's Makery and Mischief on YouTube. Be sure to check it out. He just really, it's the coolest stick I've ever seen. And thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. I put out a brand new video every Friday, Saturday, and usually random videos throughout the week. You can check out a new one by clicking right up here on the right. If you're not subscribed, I invite you to do so by clicking right down here in the corner. Thanks for all your support. Once again, my name is Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident. So be prepared. See you next time.